Shifting focus now to Japan, the country's nuclear regulation authority has granted the initial approval for the release of water from the Fukushima nuclear power plant into the sea. The body says that there are no safety issues. In 2021, the Japanese government approved the release of over 1 million tons of water from the site into the ocean. This, of course, after the water was treated and it became irradiated. The plan was to be materialized around spring of 2023. The latest announcement has provoked concerns from the local fishermen. China and South Korea have also raised objections. The United Nations watchdog, that is the International Atomic Energy Agency, is tasked with conducting safety reviews. The approval came through when the IAEA chief was visiting Japan. Rafael Grossi told the Japanese industry minister that reviews would give the world confidence that the water in question will have no negative impact on the public health. Here is what TEPCO is trying to do. It plans to filter the contaminated water to remove isotopes. It would only leave tritium. It is a radioactive isotope of hydrogen, which is hard to separate from water. The wastewater will be diluted until tritium levels fall less than 1/40th of the regulatory limits. Only then the water will be pumped into the ocean. TEPCO plans to build a tunnel to make this operation happen, but it requires the consent of the local communities, including the governor, mayors, and fishermen, before they start construction. NRA says it has looked at various factors before giving the initial nod, and this includes the performance of the equipment for diluting water with the seawater, how to stop the release of water in case of an abnormality, and countermeasures against unforeseeable scenarios like earthquakes and tsunami. The Fukushima nuclear disaster happened in the year 2011. It was a nuclear accident caused by Tohoku earthquake and tsunami. Wion, now available in your country. Download the app now. Get
Give all praise Yahweh Shem Yahshua Bashem Rakakadash, double honors to the elders and apostles for the education and knowledge. Throughout the Yahweh Shem Yahshua put in the spirit of the elders and apostles so we can edify regarding this truth and knowledge. call Halil Yabashim Yosha Bashim Kakadash, give all praise, Yabashim Yosha Bashim Kakadash, Gravitas, Wion video relating to Japan is dumping radioactive water, releasing it into the ocean. Some articles relating to that. Was a video relating to Gravitas talking about that, and some articles here relating to that. Japan plans to release radioactive water from Fukushima nuclear plant into the sea, sparks outrage. In 2021, Japan government approved the release of over 1 million tons of irradiated water from the site after treatment into the ocean since around the spring of 2023, starting around the spring of 2023. The announcement provoked concerns for local fishermen and objections from neighboring China and South Korea. And one of these articles said because they need the space, they're running out. I'll find it. Here we go. About 170 cubic meters of treated wastewater is accumulated every day, and now it fills at least 1,000 tanks around the site. The Japanese government says it needs to release the water because it's running out of space to store it all. Get a few scriptures, you say. Proverbs Proverbs 29:2. When the righteous are in authority, people rejoice. But when the wicked bear rule, people mourn. So if the righteous, if they were in authority, people will rejoice because everything will be done righteously. But when the wicked bear rule, and bear goes to tolerate, suffer, endure. But when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. And the reason why the people are mourning because the wicked are in power, man. Unrighteous decrees. Isaiah 10:1. It's a few scriptures. Woe, which is a warning for destruction, into them that decree unrighteous decrees, and write grievousness which they have prescribed. And this will be grievous, man, to the people, man. This is radioactive, potentially wastewater, man, that can affect wildlife, ocean life, pretty much, etc. You know, so this is pretty a serious thing, man. Directly, indirectly, man. not just in their Japan, but affect other, other regions, their neighboring regions, China, South China, China, South Korea, North Korea. So it affects more, so it's an unrighteous decree to even suggest that this is beneficial, man. Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hands of the wicked, and they cover the face of the judges, which are the Israelites. Therefore, if not, where and who is he, man? Who is he? He's the one in power. He's in a position of power, man, because the earth has been given to the hands of him. And by thy sword thou shalt live, man. The one who takes peace from the earth, Revelation 6:4, man, using the great sword, man, because the earth has been given to him, man. And he gained the fatness of it. Genesis 27, 39 through 41, man. So when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. So because the wicked are in the position of power, the earth has been given to their hands. So the people are mourning, man. Environmentally, the trees, the earth, the air, the food, the water, are a threat because the wicked's in power, man. Basically, poor management, man. Let's go to Ecclesiastes real quick. Ecclesiasticus or Sirach. A wise judge, 10:1, a wise judge will instruct his people. The government of the prudent man is well ordered. So a wise judge will instruct, educate, teach, edify their people. And a prudent man, which is a wise man, a government, the system of a wise man, and the establishment of the people will be in well order because of that. Number 2. And the judge of the people in himself, so are his officers, and what manner of man the ruler of the city is. Such are all that they dwell therein. So they're going to be in the manner of ones in power, man. So people are going to follow are going to be in whatever, whether unwise or unwise or wise, the people are going to follow in the ones in authority. As far as the chain of command on down, are going to follow the ways of the one in the position of power, man. So they're going to follow in that likewise manner, man. 10:3. An unwise king destroyeth his people. So an unwise king is going to destroy his people, man. But through the prudence of them which are in authorities, the city shall be inhabited. So if you have an unwise king, it's going to destroy the people, man. The power of the earth is given into the hands of the Lord. In due time he will set over one that is profitable. And ultimately the Lord controls both the left and the right side. He allowed the ones in power to be in a position of power now because this is their time, this is their rulership, man. The Lord is a balanced power, so he allows, in the matter of speaking, the wicked to have a rulership, man, because that's balance, man. It's their time, man. But ultimately, it's really for the righteous sake, because the earth was created for the righteous sake from the beginning. But for the balance, for the balance sake of this, because the Lord. A false balance is abomination to the Lord. A just weight is a light. 11:1 in Proverbs, and different weights and a false balance is not good. Proverbs 20. So the Lord is about balance. And he's with that balance is fairness, man. So he's going to allow the wicked to have their time. This is their time to shine. But they're ruining it. They're pretty much ruin the earth, man, because they're in a position of power. They don't know how to manage and maintain what's necessary, man. So the unwise judge is going to destroy his people. And that's why the people are mourning. Related to the wicked beareth rule, when the wicked beareth rule, people mourn. So they're mourning because an unwise judge is in a position of power, man. And it's pretty much ruining everything. All right, let's go to another one. Shalak. Wormwood. Revelations 8 and 10. And the third angel sounded, and there fell a great star from the heaven. That star is the missiles, burning as it was a lamp. That's that radiation of fire from the missiles. And it fell upon the third parts of the rivers and upon the fountains of the waters, man. So that radiation contamination, man. And the name of the star is Wormwood. And it's in the third part of the water became wormwood, and many men died of the waters because they were made bitter. They were made bitter through what? The contamination, man. Now, the word wormwood is absinthe. It's another name for it, absinthe. So it became bitter because water is an essential commodity that's needed for the body. You can't drink water. So they died, man, because they can't drink it, man. They need that. They need water, man. So that's contamination, man. And remember my afflictions and my misery, wormwood and gall. So that's that radiation of the water, man. So Jeremiah 9 and 15. Therefore, thus saith the Lord of hosts, which is army and God of Israel, behold, I will feed them, even this people, with wormwood, and give them a water of gall to drink. And that's that bitter, man. This is a few scriptures. Let's look up that word, wormwood. English rendering wormwood refers to a dark green oil produced by a plant which was used to kill intestinal worms. The book of Revelation refers to as water being turned into wormwood, made bitter, man. I'm going to look up the regular definition. A wood shrub with bitter aromatic taste used as an ingredient, vermouth and absinthe in medicine. A state of source of bitterness or grief. Alright, this was a few scriptures relating to that article. What is wormwood in the gall? A source of bitter and mortification and grief. Gall is bile, a substance secreted by the liver, proverbial for its bitterness, while wormwood is aromatic plant with a bitter taste. Alright, I want to give all praise to Yahweh Bashim Yoshua Bashim Rakakadash. This brother Zayab, I hope it helps in some way. So Water Shalom, thanks.